Hello and welcome back. We've got another exciting episode today. So let's get right to it and let's chat with Lara Watts. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. You've just finished your first year of uni.
I have.
How are you feeling about that?
A bit bittersweet, really, because I feel like I was so excited to move. Well, I didn't know what to expect moving to uni. I was nervous, but I was excited, and then I literally loved it. And then it's finished. It's gone so fast.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm a bit gutted that the first year's over, but also like still got another 2 years, and I'm comfortable now with who I'm friends with, like where I am. So it's bittersweet, really.
Yeah. I mean, our uni in particular, we only have 24 weeks of teaching.
Yeah.
Which is really short.
Literally, and I say to, like, I've been saying, I had the conversation with my nan yesterday before I came back up. I was thinking, like, uni could be done literally in like 2 years. I feel like I was in uni hardly any of my time that I've been up here, and then it's just done, and I feel like I haven't really been in uni, but it is like a little part of like your whole experience about moving away and everything. Like, it is a small part of it, I think. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it is weird at first, isn't it? Especially when like you don't know who you're going to be living with, you don't really know the area yet. It's like, I think you especially as someone that has really enjoyed moving. Actually, Lucy last week also loves a night out, so you're both very similar. Yeah. You both love a night out.
But and she's from Manchester, so she wins. But like, I feel like especially moving into first year, like accommodation, absolutely no idea who these people are you're going to move in. Literally luck of the draw. But everyone that I've met where I live, like my bestest friends, like I literally feel like I've been so lucky, because you hear like some horror stories where people don't get on with anyone and like I do think I've been very lucky with all the people that I've met in uni, and I've had the best, like not even year, but however many months it's been, I've loved it. And like obviously all the football girls as well, and we all get on so well. It's just, I've absolutely loved every second of being here.
Whenever I see you post, especially on Be Real, it's always just all of you in the kitchen.
Yeah, literally. We don't like. I was just about to say we don't even go out, but like we go out a lot. But even when we're not going out, we're always all together, just like chilling. Like when Love Island was on, it was always 9 o'clock. We'd all meet in our flat and watch Love Island, and like it's not very comfortable at all. The Mill Point living room kitchen is not comfortable, but it was just. We had just loved each other's company so much. Still do. Like, we're all going to see each other over summer. Like, even us now, with all the football girls, like, it's just... Yeah. It's great, really.
It's really good. I mean, I know more about with the football girls on that side. I mean, really good year. I mean, especially, not even just because you lot won the league, but just in general, everyone was having fun the whole time. I don't think there was a point where anyone was kind of like, don't really want to do this anymore. Like, everyone...
We all really get on, don't we? It's really fun. And that's what makes it so much easier, I think, as well. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm nervous to go like to this football social, like what's it going to be like? Because it was literally you going to see your friends, and it was part of like the uni experience, but it was what you would do anyway, even if it wasn't like, oh, we got football today. It was like, oh yeah, we got football today, can't wait to like just go and see the girls. Yeah. It was just fun.
And some of you especially had one trip where you woke up a bit late, didn't you?
And I missed the bus.
You missed the bus, but you still managed to make it.
Yeah, to pay £50 for an Uber
get to Liverpool. I would just be like, do you know what, girls? Good luck.
No, because it was one of those and I said this when we were on about it before, it was one of those moments where as soon as I woke up and I realised I missed the bus, I didn't even think twice. I wasn't even dressed. I was in my bed. I was like, right, I just booked the Uber, and I just booked the Uber straight away. Didn't even think about how much it was. I was like, I'll think about it later when I'm on my way in the Uber. Just booked it on my way there, and obviously I made it in time, but it was just one of those things where I didn't think twice about it. I was just like, I have to do it. What's the other option? I'm not going to like phone up and say I'm not coming, because that's just not me. I wouldn't have done that. Like there would have been a way to get there, and I booked the Uber straight away, and then I thought I could have got a train, but when I did look at the trains, I would have been late. So my Uber driver was lovely. He was a bit like, what are you doing? But I was like, long story, can you please just take me? No, it was fine.
No, but that game was a weird game. I don't know if you
saw
0-0. 0-0.
And I basically over.
But also, the sideline was a bit of a...
Yeah, that was when we argued with... Well, I didn't argue with anyone, but...
Yeah, their manager decided to have a go at us.
I don't even know what... I was in my own world that whole day, I think.
I didn't know what happened. So I came back from the toilet, I'd lent my camera to Irie.
Oh yeah.
And I come back, and this coach who is a member of staff. Now, Irie, we love her, but she is a student. Like, there is a big difference between a member of staff and a student. And they were just going at it. They hated
And
it.
Alex was going at it, so I remember that.
everyone
But I was kind of like, I was miles out of it that
We
day.
were so confused what was going on.
Yeah. Funny though. All part of the fun.
All
Just
part
gave
of
us
the
something
fun.
to talk about on the way back.
On the way back, yeah. But, no, I did touch on it quite quickly, actually, but won the league. Congratulations. How was that? How did that feel?
Oh, that league decider game was the best game of football, I think. Definitely up there that, like, not even just because of the actual game, because the game was good.
Yeah.
It's a really good game. But, like, everyone was there. Like, my mum came up with my brother, all the boys, all the girls, like, everyone was there. We had, a big crowd, didn't we? And a couple of the lecturers were there. And it was just, like, it was just a class feeling. And, you know, like, in the back of my head, I was like, we are going to win. Like, surely we're going to win.
Yeah.
Like, I just had the feeling, I was like, we are going to win. But then as the game was going on, I was like, oh my God, like, this is going to be horrible. We're going to have to wait for someone else's result. Then that free kick, and then, like, literally the last minute, I was like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you see in the video where Aaron takes a free kick, I'm, like, on the back post, and I run it, because I'm like, is it going to, like, obviously Aaron's going to shoot, and I had all faith she was going to score. But I, like, ran across the goal, and then I seen the ball come, and I was like, oh my God, so I had to duck, and I duck, and in the video I just run past, as soon as I duck, run straight past the keeper, I see you in, just run straight over to everyone, and it was like the best celebration we had all. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, it was. I think it was really good.
For everyone, not even just us, like, everyone.
Well, maybe not
happy.
Salford.
Oh, no,
But
we didn't,
who cares?
we didn't mind, no.
Um,
But for everyone, it was like, even because, like I said, all the people that, like, my French group that I'm friends with up here, they all came, and, like, all the other football teams,
Yeah.
like, the boys all came.
like the
And
team,
even they haven't watched us play all season because they play the same time.
Yeah.
But they were so into the game, and they
Yeah.
were like, that was one of the best. Even they were all saying that was one of the best games of football. They, like, even just to be there watching and, like, be a part of the celebration, they were like, everyone was just ready to just go mental. And when they celebrated when we scored, I was like, oh, it was
I
just
think
one of the best.
other than the
ever.
goals, you got one of the biggest cheers at one point because you were inches away from a screamer.
Yeah.
Because Mia scored
That was
a
when
really good goal,
yeah.
and then about 5 minutes later, they just decided to let you just walk with the ball. You went, do you know what? I'll have a
Left foot as
shot.
well.
I know it was amazing.
And it was like the video where you can't really see, but it's like I think someone shot and then it came back out and it just like bounced in front of me. I was like, oh, left foot half volley, nearly on top corner, just hit the little corner.
And they just watched you do
I was
it.
gutted, and then as time was going on and it was still a draw wherever it was, I was like, oh, if that goal had just gone in.
Yeah, because it was 1-0. Mia scored, really good goal.
Yeah.
And
classic.
then sadly Issa scored an own goal, bless her.
Oh yeah, that was that game.
Yeah, and then I can't remember if it was before. I think it was to put us 2-0 up, and you hit it, and
it was to put us 2-0 up.
You know the
And I was devastated.
everyone did it at the same time, but they just watched you do it, and then after that they were like running straight to you.
Yeah.
They weren't letting you do it again.
I think I was so gassed after that game as well because like personal performance, that was the best game I played all season, and I was just so up for it.
I don't know, varsity, you played very well.
No,
You've played some really good games this season.
The like league decider though, I think that was my best game. I was like not. I don't know what was going on in my brain, but I was like, I'm not stopping. Like I'm not stopping until we score again. And then we had quite a few good chances, like through on goal chances, but when Aaron's free kick went in, I don't think it could have ended in a better way. Like I'm glad that we never scored throughout the game now, and it wasn't like, oh, we won 3-2 because we scored 3 goals in the game. I'm so glad it ended with Aaron. I don't think it could have gone any more perfect, especially for Aaron, because she's just perfect at that. And like, I don't think it could have ended in a better way, just because it was so intense. So I'm like, in a weird way, at the time I was obviously thinking, no, we need a goal, but now when I think about it, I'm so glad that we were so close a few times to scoring, but we didn't score, and then that's how it ended, because it was just the more scenes, and I just loved it.
Yeah, it was very good. It was all a blur.
Oh, after that I don't remember anything. I think I just got drunk straight away.
I think you left drunk. Like,
Well, we have champagne.
Champagne
My mum
was
brought a
like
bottle
a-
up with her. She's like, take that. I was like, oh. And he started crying, I think.
And then we went out afterwards.
Yeah. Sure.
You disappeared.
I don't even.
So
Where did we go first?
So we went to the house where we did all the socials first.
Did I even go?
Yeah, you did. Because I can remember waiting outside 256 and you just shouting.
I can't even remember.
But then we were in 256.
I need to like actually think about it because I will remember.
Because everyone wore their
But-
kit.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Yeah, of course I remember. I literally remember that. Yeah, we had our tops on our sweaty shorts. I think I just sprayed mine with like deodorant in the armpits, sprayed it with loads of perfume, and just I wore a top underneath and then wore that out.
Yeah, and then we kind of split in half, didn't we? You went to Hot Mess.
Home. I do love Hot Mess. I just like going out, don't I? I'm silly.
Yeah. I don't think it's silly if you
That
enjoy
it was worth,
so
and it was
just-
worth it that day. We all deserved it.
Yeah. I mean, some of us stayed at 256.
Yeah, didn't you all go back to the house, or was that a different day?
No, that was a different day. That was when we did our unofficial awards.
Oh yeah, that was good.
We were there till like 5 a.m.
That was good night. That was.
But that was a really fun night. And then the official awards night, you won Players Player.
Oh, I was happy. I like sobbed. Like I was so. That's in my opinion. Like that's the most like nicest award to win in it because like it's just when the players you've been playing with think that about you. It's just very sweet. So I was very very happy girl on that night.
Yeah.
I did have a lovely night.
It was a really good night.
The actual like it
I
was a bit all over the place, wasn't it? But
well, you spilt a lot that night.
I dropped my trophy.
And you dropped your award. Well, it's
and it was glass.
Yeah. You knocked someone's drink over.
Did I?
Yeah. And then you
Whose?
dropped your own food on the floor. I don't remember whose. It was just on the
No,
table.
I ate my food.
No, your brownie. You just dropped
Did I?
it straight on.
I don't even remember that. I don't even remember seeing my brownie.
You were sat eating it, and then you go, oh yeah, and then you go straight between it, and then we're like,
Do you know what? Because I was thinking about it the other day and I was thinking, obviously it was a bit all over the shop with like
Yeah.
everyone sitting down and actually eating their food because everyone's
Yeah.
food was coming on. And I remember because I was with Tara and I remember eating my burger like with Tara, and Tara was just drinking because she'd had her food like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I remember eating my burger and then I remember thinking about it the other day thinking, I didn't even have my brownie, but obviously I did, I just don't remember it.
you dropped. You had a bit of it, and then I could just remember you knocking it.
I don't even remember being that drunk in the actual thing.
I don't think you were that drunk. I think you were just like
excited. I was
Excited,
so
but-
especially and then obviously once I got the play because we did our own little presentation on the
Yeah.
bottom, didn't we? And then once I got it and it was just all of us around,
yeah.
I just got excited. I just started running around having photos with everyone, and then the trophy went in the air, which I don't actually take full blame for because it was like a herd that knocked it out my hand. So I don't know if CCTV would say that, but I'm gonna say that for my own peace of
You're
mind.
gonna say that.
I've got all the pieces though, so I could glue it together. It's only like a little like chip missing, but.
I thought you were gonna get another one.
Nah, they can't.
Can't get you another
Nah.
one. Oh, that's a shame.
I did ask, but nah, I'll just keep it. I had lots of photos of it though, but I didn't actually take a photo of it. Just photos of me with it, but they're quite
Yeah.
cute, so I'll just
Yeah.
take it. I had plenty of photos that night, and I'll remember it.
But yeah,
Just
I'm
photo
gonna have to see if I can find it. But I have a picture of you in a game, of you outside of the boot pass, just sticking your tongue out at a player
Always.
all the time, and
Concentration.
it would annoy me so much.
Do you know what I used to do? So, I did gymnastics for like 12,
Yeah.
13 years, for ages, and obviously when I concentrate, I stick my tongue out. I no idea why. Like even when
Yeah.
I'm writing, like even when I'm like in work, I work in Nando's cooking food. I've
Yeah.
got my tongue out. It's just concentrating. Like I have no idea what. And when I know that I'm doing it, I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing? And I stop. But in gymnastics, they used to shout at me all the time because on like the vault, do you know that? Yeah, I used to like run with my tongue out, and they used to say like, you need to stop because you're gonna end up biting your tongue
Yeah.
off. But I've always done it, and so I know consciously that I'm doing it, but I just can't help it. It's a concentration.
It's not one of
thing.
my best pictures, but it just makes me laugh because you're just. It looks like you're like obviously you're not, but if I was another player, it's like, what's she doing? Is she taking the mic? Like.
No, it looks awful in photos because you can see, even when it's not fully out, it's like you can see my mouth's open. I don't know why I do it, but It ruins every photo that I have.
No, I think it's quite unique. I've taken a lot of pictures of footballers. I haven't seen anyone else do it.
God.
So, but you told me something earlier that I didn't know. Where did you used to play?
I played for Cardiff when I was so me and my friends when we started playing football together, we were like 11, 12. One of our friends' dads started a local team, and we all played for that for like years and years. And then lockdown came, and we were all going into sixth form, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'm not going to play football in sixth form." So it was only like a couple of us. So the team went through and it folded, and then the coaches from Cardiff, obviously they had during lockdown an elite training status, so you could train. But it was obviously they had to do trials because they just started their under-19s team. They've had a women's team for like 10 years. They've had like probably more than that. But then they were starting a 19s team because they wanted to bring development in. And they started it like during lockdown with their elite training status, and they got in touch with the dad that used to coach us, and he like said to a few of us, "Look, this is going on. I think you should go." Like the ones of us that said we were interested in still playing.
Yeah.
So when they said that, originally I wasn't going to do it because I play netball and I swap back and forth all the time. I prefer netball, I prefer football. Like since I was younger, literally since I was little, I've done both, and I was just swap back and forth which one I preferred. And at the time I was like, nah, I'm just going to concentrate on netball now. I love netball, I'll just play netball. But then because we went into lockdown, couldn't play netball at all, but I could do this football. Yeah. So I was like, I might as well do it, even if it doesn't go any further, blah, blah. So for the 2 years of lockdown, we had our like trials, but it was, they had to sign us and then release us when they could if they didn't, because of obviously you needed the training status. Yeah. So did that, absolutely fell in love with everything about like the club. They're amazing down there. Then done that for 2 years over lockdown. Then when we started coming out of lockdown, then obviously the team started to get more solid because people were getting like going, and then I was captain then for our first competitive season, and just like absolutely loved everything about all of it. And then I left then to come to uni, but I'm still very much in contact with all the coaches and everything down there. Like I loved it, absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. And we won the league and the cup. We had a very successful season, and it was just all my friends really, like it was really, really good.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Sounds amazing.
It was good.
Local team, like you had a season ticket there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was younger, before I started gymnastics, I used to go every Saturday, and then I stopped going because gymnastics was on a Saturday, but very much Cardiff fan.
Yeah.
Because it's local, and like my granddad's always been a Cardiff fan, my dad, so
yeah,
just one of them and a family thing.
Yeah.
Very fun.
So you mentioned you liked to play netball.
Yes.
Yeah. How long have you been doing that?
Oh, forever. That's again like with my local club. So where I'm from, it's like a football, netball club, rugby club, is all of it. So netball, I probably started when I was like 5 maybe in like the leisure centre, and then just played with the same club literally my whole life until I moved to uni. And like between then I've had Wales trials and played for county and like the development centres and Celtic Dragons, which is like a netball academy thing, played for them, and I was vice captain there. Like netball, I really, really love netball, but it just like come to uni and I haven't played because obviously it's a football uni and I just played football here.
We don't have a netball team either.
I was going to join like a netball team up here, but it's difficult like with finding the same standard up here and obviously right in the city and finding the time for it. So I didn't this year, but maybe next year I'll find a netball team, because I do love netball. I think it's a wicked sport.
Yeah, we definitely all come and watch you play netball. Yeah, you bring all of Manchester with you.
It's just always something like I've always been do as much sports as I can, but netball and football is like it's always just been my sort of thing. Like, and I just
and the gymnastics.
Yeah, I did gymnastics. I would love to go back to gymnastics. It was just obviously too much, and competitive gymnastics is a lot, so I stopped that. But I've always been like so much like tumbling. I'd love to go back to, even if it's just tumbling, just going back to do that, because it's always something impressive to have, and if you can do gymnastics, and it's like really good like conditioning training. That's the one thing I think I missed since stopping gymnastics, was like all the conditioning. But I just love it. It's my thing. Sports, innit?
Yeah. Well, do you follow them like professionally? Do you like at the Olympics at all? Is that something?
When the Olympics is on, I think that's probably the only thing I would sit and watch is the gymnastics, just because it's so impressive. Like men's and women's, but I just think it's so impressive. So I love watching gymnastics.
Yeah.
I prefer watching gymnastics to watching like netball and football. I prefer playing netball and football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, is that are you gonna bring out another sport?
No, that's probably
secretly a black belt in taekwondo.
No, I think I stop at that. Because my mum was always very sporty when she was younger, but she did like hockey, basketball, and netball.
Yeah.
So she was a bit different, but very much just I think those three I stuck with in my three favourite sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. I think it's just one of the more fun. That's what I find fun. Everyone finds different things fun, but I think that's what I enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do what you enjoy, innit?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point in wasting your time?
Exactly.
One thing I noticed when we were walking about, you loved that, just walking around, seeing new things.
Yeah.
You loved it.
I do. I'm a people watcher.
Yeah.
I enjoy, not even just people, just like, especially since moving to uni and just being in a completely different city, I love the fact now that I'm in a whole new city and I know where I am and I know like my way around, just wandering around, seeing what people are up to, like just wondering what everyone else is doing with their lives. I just think it's so interesting. Just watching.
Yeah, I think Manchester's really good as well because there's so many like unique, different like almost like districts and like areas.
Yeah.
Right? It's like Northern Quarter. You walk down towards the canals and like Oxford Road. Like I love Oxford Road.
Yeah.
Like, I love walking down there because like you start where we are now. And we walk down from like the start of Curry Mile, and you walk down, and you've got like Whitworth Park at the start, and then you walk down. You go through like the university campus area.
There's just so much going on, isn't there?
There's just like stuff going on.
And to be fair, you live in a perfect place to walk the whole thing.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's nice, and I think obviously when you're in your own city or when you're in your own, you don't really think that's nice. That's the I've never, because you just know everything. That's what. One of the things I felt like about moving up here was you take in every little thing because you're like, oh, I never noticed that before, I never noticed that, and you just notice all the things, and I really enjoy just people watching.
It's like, so I've started working with Student Union. We went on a site visit yesterday.
Yeah.
And I knew where this place was, and I just turned the corner and opened the door, and the person was it's like, that's so weird.
You
like,
just pick up, it's great. I always say that to everyone, like, if the weirdest thing about moving away and living in a new city is now I feel like I know a whole new place.
Yeah.
That I just feel like it's comfortable in it, and I love it. I do love like having my own independence and living away. It's lovely. As much as I love going home because like I'm really close to my family and I love being with them, and like where I'm from, like all my friends at home, I love them. But it's nice having another thing where you know another place, and you have all these other places.
It is weird when I go back and something's changed. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Why has that happened?
And like even there's like housing estates being built, and you go back and there's so much more, and you're like, oh, that went up quick.
Yeah, and you're like I was walking home and I walked around the corner. I was like, that house wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Like, where's that come from? And it is a bit weird, but it's also kind of nice to see that life still goes on.
Yeah.
Like.
And like when you were asking me about, because I live in a little village and yours is yours different?
I'm like just outside of the city.
Yeah.
Like pretty much, like it's like 20 minutes on the tram to the city centre.
Yeah.
Like it's very. It doesn't feel like a town, but it doesn't feel like a village. It's kind of this weird like
in between. So do you know like we had this exact conversation, and we like. I feel like everyone from the schools know each other.
Yeah.
Everyone knows each other. Like, if you don't know each other, your parents know each other, and it's just like a mass where everyone knows everyone. Really.
I think that's a bit different to us, where it's like you could walk around the corner and there'll be someone your age and be like, who the. You? Like, I've never seen you in my life. Like,
as much as there is stuff like that, and like where I'm from, it's very much everyone kind of goes to the same nights out. So if you didn't see me this week, like, I love it, but it is a lot different to living in a big city.
Yeah.
I can imagine it's different for you like that. Yeah, it's funny, innit? It's nice to have like different life experience though, and then have the two where you go home and you know everyone, and you come here and you meet so many new people.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my favourite things about uni.
Yeah, it's like I'm still meeting new people.
Yeah.
Like uni's finished. Like it's I think there's a couple exams left, but like I'm still getting messages off new people, seeing new people in meetings. Like I was in a meeting the other day with like a lot of like the higher ups at uni. That was a bit like ooh. I was like, it was like it was like on the register or the roll call, whatever you want to call it. It was like head of, and I was like it was like, and I was like, oh, okay, that's. I see the cut. Like this is a very serious meeting that we're carrying out, and it's.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, and that's why I think when people say, obviously everyone has different experience with like who they meet in uni and things, but I think it's something that doesn't stop. But as much as like you meet someone in the first week, you might not speak to them for months and months, and then 6 months down the line, you speak to them every day, and like you literally just never ever stop meeting people because everybody is here to do the same thing. Nobody comes with a full time, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everyone moves away, and you just never stop meeting new people. I just think it's
that was me kind of at Easter at the start for like a week. We talked like quite a bit, and then we didn't really talk for a couple months, and then I was like, I was showing her some of my photos. She was like, oh, come take some photos of me. And then I came down. But I think we're in a good position for that as well, because like when the new first years come in and they join the team, like I know for some of the other teams, like people get moved from the third to the fourth, like on the lads side, but because there's one women's team, it's kind of like we're all. Yeah, you just it's so easy to just get comfortable around everyone because everyone's the same interest, everyone's there for the same thing, and even like when he said, oh, you can come and take photos, everyone was like, oh, amazing, like we need, and then you came and it was like straight away it was just like, right, well, we're all friends now, and you just it's nice. Like, it's just something. That's why I would, like everyone always says, really recommend to like join a club or something, but it does genuinely make a difference because you know you've got the same interest, you're there for the same thing, so you can't really go far wrong. You know you're gonna go on. Exactly, and I don't know. I think especially with our team, it's quite. Everyone just like enjoys, like even like, let's say someone on the other team goes down and we all come to the side. We're just having a chat. Like, other teams, we see them, like, getting a huddle and they're, like, they look really stressed. We'll just, like, kick a ball about and, like, throw water at each other and just, like, mess about. That's probably what's nice about it being so it's, like, even though we do say, oh, like, it's so small, there's only one women's team, blah, blah, blah. But, as in, when you see these other teams, most of them don't even really know each other. Yeah, they're not really a team, are they? They might have just come up from the seconds, but all their friends in the seconds or the thirds or the fourth with us. Because it is like UCFP Women's is us, like it's all of us, so you can't really go anywhere else. Like you don't. Exactly. So I think that does, in a weird way, it helps. Just having one team, really, doesn't it? Yeah, but it's really nice, and I think you do well next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'll be there, taking photos, doing something. But no, I think it's going to be good. So what course are you doing again? Sports, coaching science. So you're more on the science, like the psychology side. Science and coaching, yeah. So it's like some practical, but like a lot of practical, like bits of sciencey. Yeah. Quite even, really. So you originally wanted to do sports psychology? Yeah, I love sports psychology. That's like my favourite, like my top thing. That's more I'm interested in. Yeah. But it was. After I'd moved up here, they said it was only available in London, in the Wembley campus. Yeah. So it was like, do you want to move to London or do you want to change course? I was like, I don't want to go to London. Like, I want to be in Manchester. I don't know what it was. I don't know where I even got the idea from where I wanted to go Manchester, but it was just in my head. And I wanted to stay here. And I'd already met like people. I'd already moved in and I was comfortable. And so I was like, where can I go from here? And to be fair, very, very helpful. Like, just help decide like what course was the most similar, what course was I most interested in out of the ones that were here, and it was quite an easy decision really. It was sports science because it's got psychology in there and then it's practical coaching, so it was quite like, okay, fine, that it's like personally I find, obviously I'm doing this and I do a lot of photography, but it's not actually part of my course. The photography side isn't? No, so I'm doing business and marketing. Oh. Because it's kind of like I don't want to just do one thing. I feel like I get really bored of it. I don't know if you're the same. That's exactly, like, in the long run, thinking about it now,
having sports science rather than just sports psychology is like
Yeah.
broadened the route a lot, because otherwise I would have just, it's one my route, sports psychology, then because it's sports science, I've kind of got sports psychology and sports science and like exercise and all. It's like worked out better really if I look at it now. So I suppose it's the same way, you don't just want to do photography and then you're stuck down a one way.
Well, it's not even that. I just feel like if I did it all the time,
you might lose
the love for it, because like I do really enjoy it, and that's why I'm doing this, and I wanted to incorporate photography into it and not just have it be a show. And I think it makes the experience a bit nicer for everyone, because we get to walk around, and I know Lucy enjoyed it, who was on next week, and last week, not next week.
No, it was a lovely day. 13,000 steps in. It was lovely.
Got the steps in. But no, I just think I feel like you doing science as a whole, you might also find something that you're like, oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
But actually, I really wanna.
Yeah.
I really wanna do that.
Yeah, it is, and like, I did PEA level in my school at home, and it is very, very similar to that. So I know that I like, and I absolutely love it. Like I find it interesting. That's why I enjoy it, because, and especially psychology, it's just like the whole brain thing, like why people act like they do, why certain people are good at this. Like I just find it so interesting, and I never thought I would find something that I actually find interesting academically, but that is the one thing that I am interested in academically, and I might as well stick with it. 'Cause I do find it really interesting.
See where it takes you.
It makes it easier, and like you said, doing this as much as it's something you love doing, you might get bored. Like it does just make it easier having.
I think doing different things constantly is.
Like, yes.
Enjoyable.
Got to find something you love, haven't you, and just trying different things broadens your horizons.
Yeah. And you said you wanted in the future to be a sports psychologist.
Yeah, I'd love to be a therapist, like for people in sport, like professional sports teams, be a therapist for them. I don't know why, I don't really know, never really had any experience myself like going to a therapist.
Yeah.
But I just, in the least like cocky way ever, I just think I would be really good at it.
See, this is why I think you should watch Ted Lasso.
Yeah, well, I feel like I've watched it all on my TikTok anyway, because it's all that comes up always comes up my For You page, but I've never sat and watched it. But I don't really sit and watch anything.
Oh no, I don't. I'll be playing something on here and have like a show on there or something.
I probably would love it.
I think you would, and it's kind of a show with football in it as opposed to
because like I said,
show.
I feel like I've watched all of it on my For You page anyway, but like I should sit and watch something.
It is good, but no, I think you seem to like enjoy the process as opposed to just being like, right, this is what I want.
But I think that's me, like a life thing. I very much enjoy this. Like I'm not a worrier. I think I'm a day by day. I'll do this today. Whatever happens tomorrow, I'll do tomorrow. And I feel like that's the way. And probably down to my mum. Like I speak about my mum all the time, but she's very good at. She's not a worrier, and I'm very, very similar to her. Like in the way where it's like, what's the point worrying about that now when this is going on right now? So just take everything day by day. And that's why I feel like I don't get overwhelmed by like so much work or so much when I've always done like 3 sports in one day. I don't get, because I'm like, right, this is what I'm doing from this time to this time, and then I'll sleep, and then none of that will matter, and then it's a new day.
Yeah.
So I very much feel like that, and I feel like that's what I do with everything.
Yeah, I think that was very mature. Like I'm definitely not.
But
like
also
that.
can be bad thing, because I feel like that's why I go out too much. Because I think in my brain, oh, this is tonight now. I'll go out tonight. If I have to wake up at 6 a.m, I'll worry about that when I've got to wake up at 6 a.m. So it's not always good not being a worry. I should, so I should probably be more, but it doesn't do me far wrong, and I feel like it helps me in other ways. But who knows? Who knows if anyone's doing it right? We're all doing our own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's doing it right. No one's doing it wrong.
Exactly, and I feel like you just enjoy yourself a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe.
But what else is there to do? Like actually, when I think about when people say like, oh no, I need to do that, and I'm thinking, but at the end, like actually deep it, at the end of the day,
at the end of the day,
it's night, and it literally is that. Like at the end of everything, if you don't enjoy yourself, what more are you actually gonna do?
Yeah.
Like you have to. That's the one thing in life you actually have to do.
Yeah.
If you do nothing else, literally, if you do nothing else, if you don't enjoy yourself and have fun and be happy, like, you haven't done anything. Like, what more is there to do? If you do nothing, if you earn no money, if you do nothing, if you're having fun, literally nothing else matters in the world.
I mean,
it doesn't though.
There are some things.
Like what though?
Like, you gotta survive.
Yeah, but you survive by having fun.
I don't think you can just survive off having fun.
But if you're having fun, you don't think about anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Because in the moment, if you're having fun, you're not thinking, oh, I gotta be up at 6 in the morning. Because you're just thinking, oh, this is so much fun.
To be fair, yeah, I agree with that. Like, one of the nights out we did recently, it was like, oh, I've got a meeting at
But you weren't
2,
thinking about it.
And then I was like, I just got in and I laid in bed. You know when you check your phone before you go to
Yeah.
it's just 5:45.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh well.
That it didn't matter until that moment.
Yeah.
And then,
I was like, oh.
but that's why I think I get such bad FOMO. Because I'm like, oh, I should be there.
Yeah.
I try and tame myself, but I always come back to, none of it really matters. And none of it's really going to matter at the end, is it?
Fair enough.
As
Yeah.
long as you have fun.
Ask you about your tattoos then.
Yeah.
Are they just,
Another thing
just-
where
you just
everyone's
did
like,
it?
well, what are you going to do when you're old? Oh, well, they look nice when I was 19, so who cares what they look like when I'm 19?
How many have you got?
I've got 8.
8.
I want a lot. Well, I say a lot more. I want more.
You want
But
some
to an
more.
extent where I don't look like a big, beefy, well, not beefy, but big tatted. I just want. They're quite little, aren't they? Obviously,
Yeah.
we're speaking about it, you can't see, but they're like
I'll put them up. I'll put
they're
the
like
photos
fine
up.
line ones.
Yeah.
So I've got 4 on my arm, 1 on my rib, 1 on my
Yeah.
collarbone. I've got a little cloud on my back, and then I've got 1 like on my groin, which I got in Magaluf with matching with my best friend dress.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was it. It's not a bad one though. It's nice. It's just a little cherry. It's done quite nicely,
yeah.
and it's probably one of my favourite tattoos.
Yeah. So why do you pick like each one? Just like.
Yeah, I can go through it. I love doing this.
Yeah.
So I've got my birthday just by here,
Yeah.
and that's just like I literally found a photo on Pinterest, and it was someone who had 4 numbers by there, and then a little moon just up by there, which I've got as well.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'll change the numbers to my birthday because I quite like the date of my birthday, like written out 020104.
Yeah.
Like I just don't know what it is, but so I just got 0201 by there, and then the little moon just because it was in the Pinterest photo and I liked it. And then my brother, my oldest brother Lucas, he always draws like these sort of faces, like one line faces where they all link up, and like every time there's a wine bottle he always makes them out of that. So I was adding in my head like I'd love that tattooed on me. It's quite a pretty looking thing.
Yeah.
So I got like some of the things that he'd drawn and found myself and got that tattooed on my arm by there.
Yeah.
And then this one, just a girl power one. I also found that on Pinterest, but obviously girl power, just
Big slay.
yeah, big slate. Just that one, which was funny enough. That was my most painful tattoo.
Really?
Closest to my apparently closest to your armpits hurts the most. And like it's quite like imagine someone pinching you by there, like
yeah.
it would hurt. That bled a bit, but that was my most painful one. And then this was my first tattoo. Keep Smiling. So that's the name of my family group chat with like my whole family in it. My brother, my middle brother, then he has that as well. So that's kind of matching. His is like a different font and more on his chest, but it's matching. And then Love Always, which is this one here, is what both my dad's parents, they passed away, but they used to sign all of our cards, Love Always, and then Guy and Poppy. So
really nice.
I wanted something on my collarbone just because I've seen
Yeah.
people with tattoos there, and I like how that looks, and I thought that would be a nice thing to have there. So I've got Love Always and Keep Smiling, and they're just kind of things like Love Always, Keep Smiling, facts, so I'll just go with that. Then I've got a little cloud on my back, which is also like one that I saw on Pinterest, but then was also like sky cloud when people pass away. It was like it doubles up, but it's just a little cloud on my back. And then the cherry was just the last night at Maga. You go to Maga thinking, oh, I'd probably end up getting a tattoo, but because I went to Maga with all my tattoos anyway, I was like, I'm not getting a stupid one which is gonna ruin like the aesthetic. I'm not getting a silly one like someone's name on me or something. I don't want a silly one, but I will get a tattoo that kind of like fits the vibe. And on the last night, me and Jess, my best friend, we were walking past the tattoo place and we were like, that is so nice. And it was just like a little stencil of a cherry, which I ended up taking after he put the stencil on both of us. He left it on the side, so I took it and I took it home and it's on my pinboard, like my memory pinboard, the actual stencil he used. So we both got little cherries. His is on her bum and mine's just on my groin, and that's just. And now we've decided that every holiday we go on together, we're gonna get another matching tattoo.
Oh wow.
Just for like.
Don't want to go on too many holidays. Then.
No, it's like a girls' holiday thing. We just went skiing, but obviously we didn't get out there, so we're going to Zante this summer. So I think we'll probably end up getting another one.
I'm sure we'll see.
We've got a few ideas, but yeah. So none of them I regret because
No, they're all really nice. Like.
Thank you very much.
I like the way you've done them as well.
Yeah, it's little. But my brother is covered. My dad's got quite a few tattoos. Like he's always had tattoos, but my brother's covered both arms. It's like patchwork, but he is covered in them, and got some on his chest and one on his leg. But so I always knew I wanted tattoos, but I don't know what extent I'll go to. But
do you think you'll ever get a bigger tattoo, or do you think you'll keep them more quite small?
I probably will keep them more like. I see some and I'm like, oh, I would love like a big one, but I know in the back of my head, will I like it? I don't know, and then I don't know. Maybe one day. I quite like calf ones, but I don't want to look too like man. That sounds awful, but like I quite like the little petite like.
Yeah.
You know.
No, there's definitely an aesthetic.
It kind of like fit, like I don't feel like a big, like dark tattoo would really fit my like the way I dress, the way everything. I don't think it would really fit that, so I like to keep them.
Yeah, they're definitely very you.
Yeah.
I said the same to Lucy, but they're very.
Lucy's
you.
I love Lucy's. Like that is the vibe I love. Like just a little. She has little tattoos everywhere, but hers are just very hers. They do suit her a lot.
But I think yours are the same. I'm sure I'll see some pop up next time I see you.
I will get some more. But right now I'm a student and I can't spend all my money on tattoos. As much as I would love to. But.
Yeah. But no, they're very good. You did mention the way you dress.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, it's the theme of the show. We do a little photo shoot around. Well, I'll say around Manchester. Maybe in the future I'll have some guests on.
Maybe.
Aren't in Manchester.
You will.
I will.
Manifest it. You will.
I will.
Now about this, I was on there for the second guest.
Yeah.
And I'm no model, but Jesus.
See, I think there are some people that...
No, nobody likes looking at photos of themselves. Nobody does.
So, I talked to you about this, about how throughout the day, I feel, or throughout a shoot in general, I feel like some people get more and more confident in the way they model.
Well, this is the first thing I've ever done, like, someone take photos of me. Like, obviously, when you go out with the girls and everything, like,
yeah, it's not the same.
I love a photo, don't get me wrong, and like I love a group photo, but when you're in charge of taking the photos, it's a lot, and it's just on a phone, and you can, like, you can take 1,000,001 photos and you find one, which I do love a photo, and even not just of me, I take photos of absolutely everything.
I know. I've seen your camera roll.
Yeah, I've got, how many photos have I got on my phone? Like, this isn't even exaggerating. I've got 31,685 photos on my phone, and I just take photos of everyone, everything, just like people sitting there. I just love it. And like, I just made a TikTok recently, and it was like a voiceover of Emma Chamberlain, and it was her saying like she's obviously got a podcast, and I love Emma Chamberlain, and she was saying like about how she thinks people are so obsessed with taking photos because you don't want to lose the moment, and it's kind of like keeping a freeze frame of that moment, and that's me to a T. Like, I take photos of everything and everyone, and even on a random night out, just a random Tuesday or random Wednesday, we go every single Wednesday, but I have 1,000,001 videos from that night. I have 1,000,001 videos from the week after, all just doing the same thing, but it's just about like, I'm so obsessed with just keeping memories of every single thing.
Yeah.
I just have photos of everyone.
Yeah.
I just love it. It's one of my favourite things ever.
It's quite funny. We've not actually got that many photos. We've got
these.
We've got a photo booth from the end
no
of
one
the
can
party.
see, but it's one of my favourite photos ever.
Yeah.
Not that one, because Jesus Christ, I'm drunk. But it's just like that. You can just takes you right back to that actual. You just remember it then, don't you? That's why I'm so obsessed with taking photos.
But yeah, one of the things I like to do is obviously these ones. You had no idea I was taking these.
No.
But
they're better when you. I like ones where it's just like, oh, you can't actually see my face.
No, we can't. But like,
some of them are quite nice.
But like things where like you're just doing something, you're going through.
Yeah.
And then.
They're quite
this one
nice.
here. And then, I really like how you've got the colour in the background.
See, now I'm looking at this, I'm like, I need a tattoo by there. I need one up there.
But I quite like how you've got... Your outfit here is quite monochrome.
Yeah.
And it complements the way the background's got a lot of colour.
Very my everyday, what I wear.
But it's quite nice. We were saying how, like, you wear basic clothes, but you actually wear basic... Like,
yeah,
where you know, like the basics.
Just like staple pieces is what I call them. So you have a nice pair of blue jeans, some nice joggers. I have 1,000,001 of these tops, like tops like this, and you can see in like the other photos that I'm thinking. Crop tops with little sleeves.
This
is
one's
like,
nice.
Yeah, that's quite cute. Crop tops like that with little sleeves is like.
Yeah.
I wear every single day. I have about 1,000,000. Like I have so many, but that's just like why I'm comfortable in the thing.
Yeah.
That is what I would say is, and like me and the girls have this conversation all the time. You know, like when you have, that's quite a nice one.
Yeah.
Like we have conversations like if you were a brand, what brand would you be? If you were a piece of clothing, what piece of clothing would you be? And we could all name about each other what would we be. And mine is these tops.
Yeah. But they look good. Like,
they're just simple, and I have so many of them, and they're handy.
But also,
like,
I also feel like you accessorize quite well.
Yeah,
like
jewelry.
your shoes are like, they're not like I've got them down there. The basic, just plain white shoes. I have some with colour, like these ones are.
I love
different.
Shoes.
But you have some really nice.
I do
shoes.
love. I'm a big shoe girl, but like very much Converse. I've always been.
Yeah.
Converse biggest fan. Like
Converse are really good for colour.
Wear Converse all the time. I have so many like even since I was younger, my mum always be Converse. Like I've always worn Converse. But I love shoes. Like looking at shoes and people's outfits, and when they have nice shoes, I love it.
Yeah. I mean,
and these are probably my favourite shoes right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna see your tattoos again here.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I hate looking at photos of myself.
I think you look really good here, though.
No, I don't know why my eyes are so wonky.
They're not wonky. What do you mean?
I have a wonky face, but obviously nobody likes looking at photos of themselves. So
no one.
Take it on the chin.
And then.
Oh, these are cool. See, I love these jeans.
Yeah.
They're my favourite jeans.
And then we've got. I think you naturally carry yourself well.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
And
I appreciate that.
It comes across on camera. Like these ones, I actually don't like the background of these. I don't think I'll use any of these. But this background, like we were looking at this earlier.
Yeah.
And I think it, like here.
I mean, that's quite wrong.
But no, you've got your nose ring in as well.
Yeah, I've had that. Do you know what? I've been thinking about retiring the nose ring. I've been thinking about retiring my nose ring for a while. Like sometimes when I go out now, I don't wear it, and I just take it out because it's fully healed. I've had it for like 2 years, I think, so I can take it in and out. Sometimes I take it in and out, but I'm undecided. When I had it done, I always knew I wanted a little. I never knew what it was. Just something that said to me, and I always knew I wanted a little skinny black one. Yeah. Not like a silver one or a skinny silver one or a big silver one. Just wanted a little black one. I don't know what it was, because obviously my hair's not naturally red. I've got light brown hair, but I've dyed it dark brown a couple of times, which I love. I love having dark brown hair, and then recently I dyed it red. But I just don't know what it was about. I think I've got like dark features and like my hair's dark. Just wanted a dark nose ring, but I've had it for a while and I'm not sure how much longer I'll have it, but sometimes I take it out for like if I'm going out somewhere, but when I'm just chilling I keep it in just so it's still pierced if I want it in. But I don't know, we'll see. I used to have quite a few piercings, but with netball I had to keep taking them in and out, and then they just got like all hard work, so I just took them all out. Still got like my lobes pierced, but I never really wear earrings.
Well, these ones, I quite like these ones. I love this location.
Yeah, that's a really nice. That's quite. I like these.
I'd need to, in the final edit you'll see it, but I'd need to probably brighten.
I just like, in this, I like the jeans and the shoes. That's a good one.
I think
It's just me naturally crossing the road, yeah, really carrying on.
Well, you
It's
know,
actually a good outfit, though.
You know when I said you carry yourself well? I can point
You did not mean
little
that.
things out. No. Let me explain. So the way your shoulders are, you hold your shoulders. Because I showed you the little trick. Can you remember it?
Yeah, with back up,
Up,
down.
back, and then just drop it.
Yeah.
But the way when you're walking, you don't walk like this with your shoulders forward. You have them.
Saying this when I'm sat like this right now.
Yeah, but that's just because we're comfortable. We're just having a chat. That's the whole point. This one.
Oh, that's quite...
I really like this one.
My Starbucks.
Got your Starbucks. What do you love Starbucks?
I do love Starbucks.
To be fair, there is.
It's a... Go on.
There's one drink I really liked last year, and it was like one of them. Everyone hates me whenever I get it. It was like one of the summer cooler
Iced
frappes,
coolers, yeah.
but without coffee, obviously.
I'm quite... the thing, I never ever liked coffee before. I'm a big tea drinker. Never liked coffee. Then when we went to sixth form, it was like, what can we do now? 3 lessons and then revise. And there was a Starbucks just down like the A470, like by mine.
Yeah.
So we used to go down there and just have a Starbucks, like just for the aesthetic. And then I started drinking like basically fake coffees, like fraps, with basically no coffee, and I'm just caramels and stuff like that. Then I went out with the girls once, and one of them had that. I tried it. I was like, iced white mocha with caramel in it. And it is coffee, but it's fake coffee really. But now I've started like in uni drinking warm mochas, and I like them. And I do like coffee, but I would never have a homemade coffee with milk. It's always like it's fake, fake coffee that just is basically just sugar in it. But
yeah.
I like them, and like iced coffees. I like iced coffees with caramel in them. So it's sweet coffee. I don't mind, but
you can see where I was talking about how you look like more confident within having the photos taken here. Personally, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
As this was towards the end of the shoot, and some of these are a little dark at the moment.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
But yeah, when I send them to you after they go out, so it'll be Friday, 5 p.m. I'll release the episode next week. After that, you can use all the images I send you however you want on Instagram. I know you love a cheeky little hidden post sometimes.
Yeah,
as well.
have you noticed? No, wait, what was I explaining it to you?
Yeah, I
was.
So
I was explaining it to you, wasn't I?
I find it really smart. I mean, I don't post on my personal that much.
Oh, I love Instagram.
But
again, that's another thing that is like a memory thing for me. Like, put in all my memories. Like, I have a private Instagram as well, where I just every time I go anywhere, I spam that with all the memories from it, and then like I can even get rid of stuff from my camera. But like, it's my...
There's some girls I went to school with, and I don't follow the account, but you know how it says like someone you might know?
Yeah.
Only them 3 follow it, right? It has 4,000 posts.
We did one. We made one when we went to MAGA as girls last year, and there was like 13 of us. We made an Instagram account, only us followed it, privated it.
Yeah.
Every time we just posted it all on there. And it was wicked, like, and that's what I use my private Instagram for, is just, and like basically all my friends go, I'm just put everything from the nights out on there, or like, not even nights out, that's everything from everything I do, it all goes on there, and like my Instagram I use it as like a memory box, so I can just sit there and look through it. And I just love that. It's like a folder in it full of like best bits.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I really like your outfit. And
thank you very much.
I feel
it is very like that just screams me.
Yeah. You're one of the loveliest people I know.
Oh.
But on a football pitch, oh my god.
There was a but.
Oh my god.
I'm competitive. I am very competitive.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have to play against you.
And I've gone less competitive.
Great, I love it.
Like, I don't feel like I'm the worst on that pitch.
I mean, you're not the worst, but you're definitely not.
No, I'm competitive, and like, I don't know. I always have been. I think I've been brought up in a competitive nature. Like,
it makes me laugh when I hear it, because you don't even mean it in like a mean way.
And I would never say it. Like, can you imagine me? And even like arguments, like I hate it. I don't want to argue with people. I just hate it.
So funny.
So,
But it's just
when it
like
comes
you.
out, I feel guilty, but I would never. And like, I end up making friends with them off the pitch because I feel bad. But I'm very soppy like that. But I am competitive. Like I've got that in me. I've got that little. Oh.
But yeah.
They are good photos. You're good at what you do.
Oh, thanks. I don't know. I don't.
You are.
I don't think I see anything special.
No, you are. Because even, like, obviously, but the football photos we have, the ones you have, was it you that took that one of me that I absolutely love from the...
I think it was.
Yeah, from the league decider. That one where I've sent it in every time
Yeah.
someone's... I absolutely love it. It's on my Instagram. Yeah. It's my favourite photo of me playing football because I hate photos like that. Like, I always end up like, putting something on my face or something because I make faces or whatever. But that one is really, really good. And I was like, just hate everything about sports photos, but that one I absolutely...
It is really... So, obviously I've done some work with Blackburn and other clubs.
Very, very good
when
work.
Thank you. When it's people you like with the girls, I'm like, sometimes I will bin a photo, even if it's a good photo, because I know who's in it, we'll just be like, no.
Yeah, and it's not going to go
It's
anywhere.
like, it's a really good photo, but it's never going to get used kind of thing. And it's like, it's one of them. But I think you were quite... You see, when I saw you earlier, you were quite... It's out of focus though. It's annoying.
Yeah, I like it when they're out of focus because you can't really see what I look like.
Oh, I've got to stop this. You see here where I can talk about where you can be a more serious model. This photo looks completely different if we put it in comparison to... Let me just... Like one of these down here.
When I'm smiling.
Yeah. And you know what I talked about, like some people are more happy models and some people... I'm trying to find it. I do like to take in bursts. But you see what I mean about happy models and more serious models? Like,
I like two different people in these.
That's what I mean. And when I talk about how throughout you get more comfortable and I kind of like...
I prefer this.
Yeah, but it's like towards the end, people... I mean, I think you do look... I mean, it's a different outfit.
Oh, it's so weird.
It's
yourself like this.
It's quite weird, but I do genuinely think... I mean, I think you've smashed it here.
Thanks so much.
Like here.
True, that's... Wow.
Like, these are what? Maybe 2 hours apart at maximum. And...
2 hours and 1,000,001 conversations later.
But it is... I really like them. I think they're going to look great on all the socials. Like here.
That's... Yeah. I don't actually mind that one at all.
This one, I think this one's a winner.
Yeah.
Like a real, like...
But my eyes got really dark. I don't know why.
I think it's just like the shape of your eyes.
Yeah.
Like it's just you got not. I was gonna say live with it, but that's not what I'm trying to say. Like you got work it. Like you got.
I have tired eyes, don't I? Like.
I don't know if it's tired.
My brother always says that I have tired eyes.
But obviously, like
I have
the
my
detail.
dad's eyes.
But like, I think this photo in particular, I'm gonna slap that on it.
Thanks very much.
Is like. An amazing photo, and you look really
you
good
took
in
it.
Yeah, but
thanks. I'll take it. If I look at it too long, I'll hate it. So
we'll slap a random one on.
Oh.
You see now this is what I'm saying. Like the start.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Where you're kind of like.
I hate photos. To be fair, I'm surprised I did this for you. This takes a lot.
This is why you're one of the loveliest people I know. Because you just... You see what I mean? But you still, like with your shoulders and stuff, you've got them a bit forward here compared to the other one. And you just got used to it. I think you really enjoyed it. You love the camera, especially in the games.
Everyone says that though, but I am like the most insecure person in the whole entire world.
I don't.
So I hate it. I look back at them all and I'm like, oh my god, I hope no one else is looking through these photos. But I like the idea of, this might be a nice photo because I love having photos.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, when the camera's in, I'm like, okay, I'll just have the photo. But I'm like, I hope no one else is looking through these photos and seeing me because I'm so insecure. But if it ends up like that one photo and it's really, really nice, I'm like, thank God, because I love having nice photos.
Yeah.
But I just hate getting my photo taken because I'm so like scared of what I'm gonna look like on the other end.
That's what one thing I think I've started to take. I don't think my photos of you lot are as good because I am more conscious of like I do want them to like they might be great sports photo for me and my portfolio.
Yeah, but use them.
But like,
because at the end of the day.
But like when I send them off to you,
as long as I don't have to look at it.
But no, I think you do love the camera.
Yeah, for someone I'll take it. Everyone says it.
You do love it.
But I just only because of the chance that it might be like a sick photo. And it's like, oh my god, that's a sick photo. That's the off chance. But like the amount that I look at and I think, oh my god, I hope no one else is looking at this because I look disgusting. I don't know why I'm like it, but.
It's the amount of times you've turned around and just looked straight down the lens for me is great.
And the off chance that it'll be nice, but I'm so like, I don't know. Everyone's the same though, I suppose.
But you have that on the pitch as well. As soon as like the ball goes out, you're like, oh, oh, like as long as like you don't have to be like straight on it. You just like you could switch it on and off, and I think it's great. I think it helps the team. Like,
don't worry,
bring the energy.
Nothing's the end of the world.
Apart from the end of the world.
Exactly, but then when it's the end of the world, none of us are going to know because it will be the end of the world.
It's true.
So what's the actual point of worrying? I literally don't worry about anything. No, that's a lie, obviously, but like, if I actually deep things, I'm thinking, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
I feel bad for a lot of things, like, that's a bad trait, but I'm not a worrier.
But no, I think you smashed it. I think
something new, innit? Why not try something new?
Yeah, exactly. Try something different. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
And it's just having a little chat. I hope you enjoyed our little chat.
I did very much. I've had a lovely day.
I hope you enjoyed. There will be another episode next week. I haven't confirmed who will be on it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. But make sure the Instagram will be linked below if you want to see all the pictures. In better quality and on their own as opposed to just being
definitely do that. Like, follow and subscribe and comment what you think.
Yeah, you're natural at this. Maybe you should start a podcast.
I would love to, but no, I wouldn't know what to do.
Well,
if you ever need a co-host, you know where I am.
I haven't even 100%.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and thanks to everyone for listening.
Thanks, Cam.
See you next week.